welcome back to my channel. Thanks for hanging out today as always. Today I'm doing another book review on the book called American Royals. This is also a book series. This is book 1 in the book series. I do have a physical copy with me today because I had to finish up reading it physically. But I originally started out with the audiobook and I listened to a majority of this book. I think I finished the last like 50 pages on the actual physical book. But I like this book. I did give it a 3 stars. I felt like I was being a little bit harsh by giving it 3 stars, but at the same time, it was like a little bit boring. And I feel like that was probably just because they had to give a lot of facts to this. This book is about the first American royal family, and they had to kind of like lead up to a lot in this book. And I know she also was making it into a series, so she kind of like used this book to get like a lot of her like facts out, which we did need because like we needed context to everything and we needed like a background for everything about the American royals, because this isn't something like that's normal. Like this is made up, this is fiction, but like otherwise we wouldn't have known all these things. So I understand that, and that's why I say I might have been a little bit harsh with the 3 stars, but like if I could give it like a 3.5, I probably would. I like the writing style of this book a lot. It actually really grew on me, and I enjoyed listening to the audiobook of this one because the lady that did the voice for the audiobook gave like voices to all the characters, and they were all different, and I liked those, and I actually ended up kind of getting attached to that because then once I was reading the book, I kind of like read it like with those voices in my head, so I kind of like that. And then I also went out of my way to read the second one, and I didn't want to physically read it. I waited to get the audiobook on the second one because I really enjoyed listening to this one and I wanted to listen to that one as well. Also, there were like a lot of facts, like I said, and I feel like it was kind of easier almost in a way to like listen to all of that and kind of like put it together in your mind differently than you would if you were like actually physically reading it. Just my opinion. But anyway, let me give you like a kind of breakdown and synopsis of what this book was about. So as I said, this is the first American royals that were in America, that they go back like a little bit of ways in this family, and it's, well, they go back a lot of ways. They go back to George Washington. He was a king instead of a president, and then like it dates all the way from him to the current family, which is Beatrice, who is on the cover here, her sister Samantha, who is twins with their sister Jeff. Samantha has a best friend named Nina, and Jeff has a best friend named Ethan, and also a girlfriend named Daphne. So there's a lot of characters in this book. There's also this guy named Teddy that's like a possible suitor for Beatrice, that she has to go and meet with and see if like maybe she might marry him one day. Then there's the king and queen, and then there's like a bunch of other people, like royal people, dukes, duchesses, people that work in the palace. There's like a lot of characters actually in this book. So it's kind of like a fast-paced, like lots of character book, and it also jumps back and forth from character to character, from like our main characters to our main characters, and like so on and stuff like that. So you kind of get like their perspective on like what's going on. So like Beatrice, who is the heir to the throne, you get her perspective, and you get Samantha, her sister, then you get Jeff and Nina and Daphne, and it kind of just like goes back and forth from the 5 of them. So I actually really enjoyed that, and I really like when books do that. I think it really will like keep your attention and keep you wanting to like read more, because like say I really liked Samantha and I really wanted to read more about like what was going on with her, then I'd have to read all the other ones too. So I like it when books do that because it kind of forces you to like continue reading if you want to hear about like a different character. So it kind of gives you like a lot of background about all these characters and like how they all met and like how they grew up together, how they kept friendships, and like who else was in their lives and stuff like that. And then it gives you like a lot of present day and what's going on currently in their lives, and like the things that they're going through and what they have to deal with, and like how their relationships are together. And there's a lot of drama that occurs, which at first I didn't really like, but then like as it went on, I was like, okay, I can vibe with this. I kind of like this. So there's a lot of different drama that goes down. But these guys are all like very like in their older teens to young adulthood. So you kind of have to expect that with kids that age. But they're also held to like a different standard because they are royals. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much about this, but there's a lot that like goes down with the king and queen as well that I thought was really interesting and definitely got my attention, and I wanted to read more about it. And the way that this book ends, let me just say, it leaves you on a cliffhanger and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to get my hands on the second book, which is exactly what happened to me. And that is why I read this one and then the second one, which is called Majesty. And I kind of read them like back to back. I mean, I read them both in the same month. So I would call that kind of back to back for me. Because a lot of the times I kind of space out my different series from like in different months. I don't usually read them in the same month together. I kind of try to space them out. So that's how you know I was really interested in what the second book had to say. I read them almost back to back, and it was really good as well. And I'll be doing a review on Majesty as well. Probably don't watch it. And the third book is coming out, I think it was coming out April like 31st. So if you're interested in the series, there is a third book, and there is like a 0.5 book, which is supposed to be read like, it's like the backstory to book 1, I guess, and that I think was supposed to come out on like April the 3rd, I want to say, I'm guessing here, but I'll put like both dates up here for you so you can see each one. And so you also have that, so you have like a total of 4 books in the series. And I feel like that's a good number for a series. I feel like it like is enough to keep your attention and keep you wanting to read, and not like too much where you feel like, oh, I have to keep reading this series, you know. Pretty good book. I would suggest the series like all together to read it together. It does get better. Majesty I rated 4 stars, so it does definitely get better. Yeah, and I post every single day on my Instagram, so I'd like to see you over there. If you wouldn't mind going to looking at that and giving me a follow, that would be great. Also, I post a weekly video here every Friday, and I would love to see you back here. So make sure you are subscribed and putting your notification bell on so you do not miss any videos. Also, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a big thumbs up and leaving me a comment, that would be awesome, because I would love to hear what you have to say. And that is all that I have to say, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!